Hello my dear students, today we are going to learn class 9 social science. We will take up history chapter number 2, okay? Socialism in Europe and the Russian revolutions, okay? The first topic is the age of social science. Yes, we have already learned in chapter 1 that uh, the powerful idea of freedoms and equalities, okay, that circulate in the Europe, okay, after French revolutions, okay. So the French Revolution opened up the possibilities of creating a dramatic change in the way in which society was structured. That means in French Revolution we have already learned that. So in that society before French Revolution, that means they have three states. Okay, first state, second state. Okay, that means the people, the workers, they have struggles, and they that means they give a message about the liberal, okay, liberty lights, okay. So even in India also that message, okay, spreads, okay. It was encouraged by Raja Ram Mohan Roy, okay, and Jericho talk the significance of French revolutions, okay, and many others debate the idea of post-revolutionary and Europe's, okay. That means in this, okay, in French Revolution there is a take place of lot of social change, especially in Europe, okay, and that idea has spread throughout the whole world, okay. So and next is what the important political traditions the 19th century, and see how they influence change, okay. Then we will focus on one historical event in which there was an attempt at a radical transformation of society through the revolution in Russia, okay. Socialism came important one of the most significant and important idea in the shape society in the 20th century. Look here, that means even in Russia also, even in Russia, okay, that means they give idea about the measures of what that they have changed the societies, okay, through what, through French revolution, that idea give, okay. So its idea spread throughout the whole world, even in and Russia also, okay. Liberal also opposed the uncontrolled power of what dynasty rulers. That means um, liberal, okay, they are giving, but what happened before French Revolution? What happened? They have a hereditaries. That means even the church nobles, okay, or the church, okay, that means they are control, okay, everything's, okay. So they argue for the representative elected parliamentary subjected of law, interpreted by well-trained judiciary that was independence of rulers and official. However, they were not democrat. They did not believe in universal adult franchise, that is what the right of every citizens to vote. They feel of property mainly should have a vote. They also did not want to vote for women. Look here, that means even in an Russia or even in an French Revolution, what happened? They give, yes, of course they go liberal or something, but all that idea they are not get to all the people, okay. Then mean who are, that means all the person, they do not get the voting rights, only those who have the properties, okay, they have right to vote, and women are not allowed to cast their vote. So that's why there is a somewhat misconception, says they choose their leaders through election, but this is good, but what happened, all are not allowed to cast their vote, okay. That is not a right thing. So what happened, in contrast, radical wanted a nation in which the government was based on the majority of the country population. That means many support women suffrage movement also. That means, okay, almost all the people what they want that means to choose their represent through elections, okay, through election. That means most of the population they want to be and members. That means they want a voting right, even a woman also, okay. So conservation were opposed the radical and the liberal. After French Revolution, however, the conservative had opened their mind the need for the change. That means after the French Revolution, okay, that mindset have been changes. Okay, and next is what industrial societies and social change. That means industries. Okay, industrial society brought a change in the society. Let us see how. This political trend were a sign of new times. Okay, it was a time profound of social economic change. Okay, that means with this industrial revolution, everything is going to change. Okay, and new city is going to develop, and industrial region is going to develop, and railway is going to expand. Okay, so in this industry board, okay, even men and women and even children, they give employment. Okay, but the work hour is very long and their wages is very what low, so that's why they are going to be what start protesting. Okay, and many working men and women who wanted change the world relate about reliable and radical groups and party in the what in the 19th century. That means these workers, okay, they face what a big problems. Okay, industry. So before, what happened, the people, men, women, even the children, they used to work and they are giving less what less wages, and their rent, okay, and their sanitation and their health structures, okay, they are keeping in a one big house. Okay, that means they are not supplying good health. Okay, and they are not getting a proper facilities, so that's why they want a goods. Okay, some nationalist liberal radical wanted revolution to put an end of government established in Europe in 1915. Okay, France, Italy and Russia were came revolutionary and work overthrow existing monarchs, and nationalism like revolutionary will create nations, okay, where all would equal rights. After 1815, okay, Mazzini and Italian nationalists compare who other to achieve this Italy. Okay, nationals is always including India. Okay, yes, look here what happened. So many workers they are facing, so that now they have started what forming organizations or revolutions. Okay, and after that they started doing protests. Okay, they have started protesting against the government. Okay, and next is what the coming of the socialisms in Europe. Okay, how socialism's idea came in the Europe. Okay, look here, perhaps one of the most far-reaching vision how society should be what structure was socialism. Okay, by the mid 19th century in Europe, socialism was well known body, its idea and attract what spread. That means socialism idea, okay, it spreads. Okay, that idea is spread throughout the whole Europe. Okay, socialism were against, okay, this socialism idea, they were against the private properties. Okay, that means private property means what everything is what they are owned by the individual. Okay, so if the society had whole rather than single, okay, they control, that means they want a collective, okay, collective social interest. That means they want to, socialists wanted this change in a campaign for it. That means many socialist activists, okay, they want this idea. That means for all, not for private property. Okay, it is should be for public. Okay, socialist, okay, socialists had different vision of the future. That means all the socialists, their vision is what not same na. Why? Because they are different. So look here, some of the basic idea of what Robert Owen, okay, leading English manufacturers, okay, sought the cooperative communities. Okay, that means this Robert Owen, they want to build what cooperative community called New Harmony in Indiana, okay, USA. Other socialists, okay, they cooperative, they don't want cooperative not to build a wide scale individual needs. They demand for government encourage cooperative. Okay, that means government should encourage what cooperative. That means okay, they are giving their different view. Okay, even in France, what happened, Louis Blas, what happened, wanted the government to encourage cooperative and replace capitalist enterprise. That means this Louis Blas, they want what cooperative, okay, instead of this capitalist. Okay, and Karl Marx and Friedrich Engels added the idea to this body of argument. Okay, Marx argued that in industry society was capital, and capital on the capital invest in factory, and profit of the capitals was produced by workers. Okay, that means the Karl Marx, okay, their idea is also given. Okay, that means many philosophers, many socialists, they have give their ideas and views. Okay, and next is what? Support for socialism. So, okay, that means many support of socialism, they came in 1870s. Okay, especially in Europe. Okay, the second international. Okay, worker in England. Okay, worker in England, Germany began. That means they have started forming association. Okay, and they want to fight, and they serve the fund, and they started what? Funding by the members. Okay, and they demand the that means the working hour is very large now. That means so they want to reduce it, and they want the voting rights. So in Germany, the association was closely with what? Social Democratic Party. Okay, SDP. Okay, that means help to win the parliamentary seats. Okay, by 1905, socialists and trade unions, okay, form a labor party. That means socialist trade union, they form the labor parties. Okay, in Britain, and socialist party in France. Okay, till 1914, okay, socialists never succeed in forming the government in Europe. That means till 1914, this socialist party, they are not succeed in forming the government, but represented by a strong figure in the parliamentary body, the idea did shape, but the government continued to run by conservative, liberal, and radical. Okay, that means they are not succeeded, but they are still continuing. Okay, and next is what? The uh, Russian Revolution. Okay, in one of the least, okay, in one of the least industrial European industrialized of European state, this was reversed. Okay, socialists took over the government in Russia. That means in Russia, what happened? Socialists took over and brought what? October Revolution in 1917. Okay, and fall monarchy in what happened? February 1970s. Okay, that means an event October are normally called what? French Revolution. That means that October Revolution, okay, that is known as the Russian Revolutions. Okay, the Russian emperors, okay, in 1914. Okay, in 1940, Tsar Nicholas II ruled the Russia. Okay, during that time, Russia was ruled by Tsar Nicholas II. Okay, beside territory around Moscow, the Russian emperors, okay, current Ede, Finland, Latvia, Ethiopia, Ethiopia, part of Poland, Ukraine, and Belarus, it stretched to the Pacific, comprised Central Asia states, okay, as well as Georgia, Armenia, and Azerbaijan. Okay, that means Russia was very big during that times. Okay, so it was the majority religions was Russian Orthodox Christianity, okay, which had grown out the Greek Orthodox, but the empire also include Catholic, Protestant, Muslim, and the Buddhist. Okay, during that times, okay, they are ruled by these Orthodox church members. Okay, and next is what? Economy and societies. Okay, economy and societies. So look here, during these times, what happened? As the beginning of 20th century, okay, in the beginning of 20th century, the vast majority of the Russian people were agriculture. That means during that time, the Russian people, they are doing agricultures. Okay, 85% of empire population earn their livelihood from agriculture. That means their 85% of population, they are doing what? Agricultures. Okay, so that means industry was found in pocket. That means industry was found in pocket. Prominent industries area where what? St. Petersburg and Moscow. That means industry area, okay, they have only in St. Petersburg and the Moscow. Okay, so craft undertook much production. So during that times, what happened? Even the craftsmen, okay, they used to produce what? Their product also. Okay, most industries, okay, most of the industry was private in, okay, private. okay, private industry. So government supervise large factory to ensure minimum wages and the limited hours of work. That means the government, okay, told the factory to minimize the wage, to minimize, okay, so to ensure the minimum, that means to look after their wages and their times, okay, but their working hour is what, 15 hours, okay, sometimes what happened 10 to 12 hours, okay. That means, and they have to stay in a very dormitory, okay, in a big rooms, okay. That means their health or everything, okay, is a bad condition, their facilities, okay. That means they were very tortured, okay, you can say that, okay. That means even the workers were divided according to what, their social groups, okay. So that means even according to their skill also they have divided, okay. So women's only what happened 31%, okay. So as a workers, okay, despite division worker were unite to strike. That means yes, workers were belong to different what happened social groups, or but they unite and they started what, strike and strike, okay, strike against the owners, okay. During what happened 1896, 97, okay, and even 1902, okay. That means even in a countryside what happened, that means Pijan used to cultivate their land, okay, and what happened, the nobility and orthodox church owner, they are the land owners, okay. That means even workers Pijan too were divided. That means even the pigeon or even the worker, they are facing a big problem during that times, okay. So they pull their land together periodically, and their community was divided according to what needs of individual family. That means their land, okay, is what divided according to their needs, okay, by these church leaders, okay. Socialism in Russia, okay. So all political party were illegal. That means all political party were illegal in Russia before 1914. That means till 1940 that all political party are illegal, okay. Russian Social Democratic Worker Party was founded in 1898, okay, by socialists, okay. That is Karl Marx idea, okay. So because of government policy, it was to operate an illegal organization. It set up newspaper, mobilized worker, and organized strike, okay. That means it was legal, but they started organizing, and they started what, doing protests against the government, okay. They formed the Socialist Democratic Party in 1900, okay, and they started forming what, Social Democratic Party in 1900, and this party struggle for pigeon, okay. That means this party, they struggle for pigeon, and they demand, okay, that they demanded all the land which was the honor of Nobel should be transferred to the pigeon, okay. So the party was divided over the strategy of organization, okay. That means this party, okay, this party was what, the party was divided over the strategy of organization. Vladimir Lenin's, okay, who lead the Bolshevik. That means this Lenin, okay, he is a main leaders, okay. Through that the representative, okay, society like Star Russian, the party should be was disciplined and should control the number of qualities, okay, of its members, and other Menshevik, okay, that should be open to all the Germanies, okay. That means during these times, okay, these workers, okay, even the worker, or even the what, even the worker, and even the this pigeon, they started what, they started demanding, okay. At turbulent times, okay, the 1905, okay, Russian was an autocracy, okay. Russian was an autocracy, unlike other European. Even at the beginning of the 20th century, Tsar was not subjected, okay, parliamentary, okay. Liberal in Russia campaigned to an end of affair together with the Social Democratic and Social, okay, they worked with the pigeon and the worker during the revolutions, okay. That means this, okay, Russia was the autocracy during that time. So what happened, they started, okay, they started what, demanding, okay, government, that means all the peasant should get what, land, okay, from the hands of nobles, okay, and these workers should get freedoms, okay, so they should not be under the control of the governments, okay. So that's why they have started what, forming when the procession, okay, that means they have started procession, okay, led by the Gibsons, okay, Father Gibson, and reached the Winter Palace, and they reached the Winter Palace, okay. It was attacked by the police, and the cross check, okay, over 100 workers, that means during that protest, okay, 100 workers were killed and many 300 were what, wounded, okay. The incident is known as the Bloody Sunday, okay. So started a series events became known as the 1905 revolution, okay. During these years, what happened in 1905, after that Bloody Sundays, what happened, they started so many what, strike, okay. It is known as the 1905 revolution, okay. During the revolution star, okay, during this revolution star allow the creation, that means they started, okay, to elect the parliament or the Duma, okay. And Duma is what, they cannot last long, even for what, 3 months, okay. Within 3 months they have started what, another second re-elected, okay. So and next is what, the First World War and the Russian empires, okay. In 1914, okay, in 1940 war was broke up, okay, between two allied, Germany, Austria and Turkey, okay. This is a central power, and another is what, France, Britain and Russia, okay, later Italy and Romania, okay. So each country had a global, okay. During this 1914, what happened, First World War broke up, okay, and the war was fought outside, that means this war, okay, First World War was fought throughout the whole world, okay, not only in Europe, okay. That is known as the First World War, okay. In Russia, the war was initially popular and people what, rally, that means the people started rally around the Nicholas II, okay. So and the war continues, then Tsar refused to what, consult the main parties in the Duma, that means during this war, okay, Tsar, he refused to what, consult with Duma, okay. That means this Nicholas II, okay, he is doing according to his wills, okay. So the First World War of the Eastern Front different from the Western Front. In the West, army fought trench sketch along the Eastern Front, okay. That means they have fought, okay, war, okay. So what happened during this war, what happened, there is a lot of destruction of crop, even the building, okay. Around 3 million, okay, refugee in Russia, okay. The situation became very harsh, okay. The soldier did not wish to fight such a war, that means the soldier, what happened, they don't want to fight, okay, this war, okay. So the war was serve impact on industry, okay. This war give, okay, huge impact on what, industries, okay. And next is what, the February revolutions, okay. Next is February revolution, okay. In the winter of 1917, the conditions, okay, in the capital, okay, Petroglyphs were grim, the layout of cities seemed to emphasis and the division among the peoples, okay. And the worker quarter and factory were allotted on the right bank of the Nevers, on the left bank were what, fashionable area, the Winter Palace, and the official building included the palace where the Duma made in February 1917 food storage, okay. That means, okay, in the winter, okay, in 1917 the incidents took place, okay. That is known as the February revolution. Why they occur? Because of food shortage, okay. So the food storage, during that time it was very cold, okay. So all the peoples, okay, they gathered, and what happened, the parliament wished to preserve elected government, were opposed to the Tsar and to dissolve Duma. On February, what happened, all the lockout took place at the February on the right bank. The next day, 50 worker called strike in sympathies, okay. That means they strike, okay, many workers they strike, okay, and they strike, and in this strike what happened, women's, okay, and the women were also participate, okay, and that day is known as the International Women Days, okay. That means demonstration, after this one they started demonstration, okay, in 24 and 25 February, okay. So that means the government, what happened, they did not give any chance to Duma, okay. So on Sunday what happened, 25 February the government suspended the Duma. That means the government suspended what, Duma, on 25 February, okay. So political spoke out against the measure, demonstration turned out in 4th Street. That means after this, okay, that they started protest very what, become a violence, okay, you can say very strong, and they started what, attacking the that one, okay, government office, okay, even the police headquarters or something like that, okay. And they have started striking the, okay, and what happened, and they started, but that evening the soldiers, okay, and the striking workers had gathered and to form the Soviet or the council in the same building as the Duma meet, okay. This is called the Protok Soviets, okay. On this day what happened, on the next day detention went to see the star military commander, advised by him advocate, he followed their advice and evicted on what, 2 March, okay. Soviet leaders and Duma form a provisional government. That means these Soviet leaders and Duma, they form the what, provisional government to run the government, okay. So Perlog had led the February Revolution that brought down the monarchy in what happened, 1970. This is very important, okay. After February, okay, after this February revolution, what happened, okay, let us see. Okay, army official, landowner, industry were influenced in the provisional government, but the liberal as well as social among the worker towards the elected, okay. Restriction on the public meetings, so they started restricting the public, remove, and association were removed, okay. So in April 1970s, okay, this Soviet Lenin returned Russia from his exiles, okay, and he opposed the war, okay, since 1940, okay. That means the Lenin opposed what, this one, okay, and he felt that the take over the time, okay. He declared that the war to be closed, okay. So Lenin decided to what happened, declare war has to be closed, and land to be what, land should be transferred to what, Pijan, and banks should be nationalized, okay. And these 3 demands, okay, were Lenin, okay, this is called April thesis, okay. This demand is known as April thesis, okay. He also argues the Bolshevik parties, okay, rename itself as a communist party. That means Bolshevik party is what they rename, okay, as a what, communist parties, okay. So the revolutions of October, okay, the revolution of October 1917, okay. So this, okay, the conflict between the provisional government and the Bolshevik group. That means there is a conflict between the provisional government and the Bolshevik groups, okay. Bolshevik and Lenin, okay, fear that the provisional government will set up dictatorship. So Lenin is what thinking that that provisional government, if they set up dictatorship, then what is going to happen. In September he began discuss for an uprising. The government, Bolshevik supporter in the army, Soviets, and other factories were brought together. That means Lenin now he decided to form his party, okay. On 16 October 1917, okay, Lenin pursued the Portuguese and Bolshevik to argue the socialists, okay, of power. The military revolution committee was appointed by the Soviet Union, okay. That means the Lenin now they have decided, okay, to form the uprising. Began on October 24. That means in this October they started what, forming, okay, the Prime Minister Krejcir and fell the cities, the summoned troops, okay. That means the Lenin also trying to form, okay, the new government, okay. So at last what happened, as the meeting of the all Russian Congress Soviet protocol, the majority of the Bolshevik action uprising took place. Okay, there were heavy fighting, especially on Moscow, but December the Bolshevik controlled the Moscow and protected area. At last what happened, Bolshevik succeeds and they control the area. Okay, that means what changes after this October, okay, October revolutions. Okay, Bolshevik, okay, this Bolshevik party, they are totally opposed of what, private properties. Okay, they want to be nationalized. Okay, so Bolshevik party, they were renamed to the what, Russian Communist parties. Okay, in 1970 Bolshevik conduct the elections to the Constituent Assembly, but they failed. Okay, but they failed to gain the majority. In 1970 the assembly reject Bolshevik. Okay, Lenin dismissed the assembly, so they are not getting what happened, majority, so Lenin dismissed. Okay, so this was the conditions. Okay, Bolshevik became the only party to participate in the election to all Russian. Okay, that means Bolshevik became the to participate in the elections. Okay, all Russian Congress of Soviet. Okay, which became the parliamentary of the government. Okay, Russia became one party state. Now Russia became the one party state. Okay, union trade were kept under the party control. That means this trade union, they are under the control. Okay, this secret police, okay, called the Cheka for the trader. Okay, Okpu or the Nyakvit. Okay, that punish those who criticize the Bolshevik. Okay, and that means they have started ruling the government. Okay, that means the people are not allowed to speak against the Bolshevik. Okay, and the civil war, when the Bolshevik order the land distribution. Okay, distribution. So Bolshevik order what, the land redistribution. So many army, okay, began to break up soldier, mostly peasants. Okay, that means the army who are belongs to peasants. Okay, they want to go to their home for what, redistribution of land. Okay, so that was the conditions. Okay, and they were backed by the French, American, British and Japanese troops. Okay, all the force were worried as the growth of socialism in Europe. These troops and the Bolshevik fought the civil war, looting, okay, banditry and famine became common. So during these times, okay, there is a what, famine becomes. Okay, troopers of private properties among white took hard steps with peasants to seize their land. So during these times, okay, even what happened, among the people, they became very afraid. Okay, all these lands, okay, if they distributed among the peasants, okay, this what they are going to got. Okay, so party to remedy this, most of the non-Russian nationalists were given the political autonomy in the Soviet Union, the states. Okay, Bolshevik created from the Russian Empire in 1922, but since it was combined with the unpopular political party, that the Bolshevik forced the local government to follow light and harsh discouragement of nomadism. Okay, attempt to win over different nationalities, okay, were only what, partly successful. Okay, so during these times, okay, they have a huge problems. Okay, they have a huge problem. And next is what, making a socialist societies. What happened during this civil war? Okay, Bolshevik keep industries and bank nationalized. Okay, so they permitted the peasant to cultivate the land that have been socialized. Okay, Bolshevik was confiscated land to demonstrate that collective work could be. That means during that time their work should be collective. That is their idea. And next is what, Stalinism and the collectivization. Okay, collectivizations. Okay, the period of early what, planted economy was linked to disaster, the collectivization of agriculture. By 1927-28, the town of the Soviet Russia were facing a huge problem of giant supplies. Okay, the government fixed the fixed price at grain must be sold, but the peasant refused to sell the grain government. So what happened during these times? Okay, the government has fixed everything, so the peasant, they refuse. Okay, so they are making a huge loss. Okay, Stalin, who headed the parties after the death of Lenin, introduced the farm emergency measure. He believed that the rich peasant and the traders in the countryside were holding stock in the hope of the higher price. Okay, speculation had to be stopped and supply force. Okay, in 19 28 party members, okay, turn the grain producing area and supervising the enforced grain and collective and reading product and the name well-to-dos. Okay, that means during these times, okay, even the Stalin also, he tried to make up, okay, he is doing as much as possible, okay. And the last one is what? The global influence of the Russian Revolution and the USSR. Okay, so in many countries communist parties were formed. Okay, that means after this what happened, many communities, they have communist party, they have started forming. Okay, like the Communist Party of Great Britain. Okay, Bolshevik encouraged the colonial people to follow the experiment. Okay, their experiment, many non-Russian from outside USSR participate in the conference of the people. Okay, people of the east and the Bolshevik counters. Okay, that means they have encouraged many. Okay, yet by 1950 it was acknowledged within the country that the style of government in the USSR was not keeping in the idea of the Russian Revolution. Okay, in the world socialist movement too, it was recognized that all was not well in the Soviet Union. That means many people, they want, some of they want this socialist and some they don't want. Okay, by the end of 20th century, okay, by the end of 20th century, the international reputation of USSR as a socialist country has declined. Okay, has declined through it was recognized as the socialist ideal still enjoy, okay, still enjoy respect among its people, but in each country the idea of socialism was rethought in a variety of different ways. That means many countries they have started, okay, forming this one communist, and many people they don't want this type of government also. Okay, so that's why they have started what rethought again this variety of government. Okay, thank you, that's all for today. Have a nice day.